And here we are. Hope you're doing well. Just checking on a few different things, so keep it up and just see what's going on. Let me fix that. Okay, that should do that. Sorry about that, just needed to fix that echo before we did a little stereo echo thing. But we've got server reset or rest as I typed in before my morning coffee. I've got my coffee now, and we got a server reset here. We'll do some Star Trek, and if we need some intermission play, we can do some Harry Potter Wizards Unite like we have done in the past on Twitch. So I hope you're doing well. Enjoy the tunes and check in with me. Let's see what's going on. I've got my game through my iPad, so that's when periodically I've been looking down as I'm playing and just figuring out what we've got here. But if you're joining us, thank you. Don't be afraid to say hi and chat. Let us know you're here. Let's see what we've got. The Unity event. Or more of the Icarus factor, but when I looked it up, it's different this time. Swarm Armada, kill swarms, so that's easy enough to do. Don't mind doing that. Brute Deanna by spinning materials, and rare and epic. Sure, I won't get into the top 5 of these. These auctions or so are usually not good. And we've got Cosmic Cleanup running. So we tear up ships would be helpful. We just teared up the Vidar yesterday. See what we can do today. Get into our daily events. Triple locked, so we want to do all our factions. Seems like a loud computer ding. Still working out some of the kinks and bells and whistles on YouTube streaming as opposed to Twitch. We have a little better control on things actually, and more features. But this allows us to connect with folks on YouTube, give you a video to watch as well. Let's collect our away team's missions here. Wanted to save them in case we needed them for whatever we were doing today. So we are going to need our swarm weapon, swarm officers, and they should get. Make sure we have these officers sitting around and loaded up. Bear. Let's see. about to random. Here, second vidar we have. This is a rel for our cosmic cleanup stuff. I think we were looking in, but we didn't have her available at the time. Let's see what we got to activate. Or will we? We better save groupings. Save a group to go in a ship. Probably going to want a ship to do some stuff with. Probably want a ship to run some armadas. Won't be this ship, but we'll probably do some armada. And I don't think we can tear up. Okay. Now we can do one of the bigger guns. Impulse engine. I get a start, but let's also look at our main one. We have nothing. Just got this one tiered up to beginning of 8. Baby one for grinding. Spend some of that. Bummer. And let's put this sucker up. Attack. There we go. That'll be good for running some pieces if we have anything. Yeah, we got some Anna Troy stuff. And we got some of this going. Hopefully y'all can hear the music pretty well, and I think it's coming through nicely. Get our form. We have our own music, we don't need our Star Trek music. Send our ships off to some nice places to harvest. And then we'll look if there happens to be some armadas that we can. Well, there's an armada that we can jump in, maybe. Finding armadas can be a pain, I find, and I'm not sure what I've got going on. Not enough to do that. I can do little ones. Trying to remember. No, these are the burial. Oh. Take some of this out. Let's see. Liked. I think we're only getting points for rare and epic armadas. Running materials, yes, and rare and epic armadas. So running the other ones isn't really helping a lot of anything in particular. Cosmic cleanup, no. Materials, ships. Tearing up, but there went an alarm. Another sip of that tea. Coffee in this case. A happy Saturday, folks. And now that we've gotten started, we'll turn our music down to a little more Spotify stuff. That song is a good one, but it always reminds me, if I'm in a more low-key mood, that my music is not quite there. So let's see here. So Cosmic Cleanup, we got the ship going. Send that ship there in case he gets involved in there, and we'll kind of go from there. I hope people are doing excellent today. You can get your coffee and stuff. We're gonna do some grinding. Chat about Star Trek Fleet Command. hang out and enjoy. Usually do some streaming on, most of my streaming on Twitch, and I will be on Twitch later today, but some of the games, but I wanted to kind of reach out to some of the folks here for that, for YouTube. Phones attuned. Now, all right, things are rolling. All right. I know we got folks trying to help us out and joining in from the Twitch status community. So, all right, let's grind some swarms while we're kind of getting going and enjoying that music. Coffee's still hot. Thankfully, I can drink coffee and warm kill at the same time. I can find a swarm. Once we get to a spot where we're getting the, that'll help us out. So feeling out this YouTube streaming. Don't sprawl as much as the Twitch streams do. Have you heard before? No. All right, let's. Hey again, how you doing? Happy Saturday. Thank you for joining in chat. Glad to see you. And no, if you don't like that name going on there, you can always kind of set up a secondary piece for your chat that's a little more public, depending on what you're looking to do. Patty the Mick. Yes, no, I know that. That's why I was just gonna say that. So, part of how I ended up creating my Late Rooster account was so I could kind of chat with on streams and didn't want my name there as much. So, but I mean, I'm not gonna dox you or anything, but just know that you're able to kind of do that behind the settings. I did it, so you should be able to create one that is Patty the Mick, or kind of set it up and then log between the two, things like that. If you are so inclined, doesn't bother me either way. Ah, yeah, cool. No problem. Alright, he got out of there. He certainly had no time to wait and try to share, so I had to let him know I was going to compete with him if he wasn't going to share. Like, there's usually enough. If you get with one other person on one of these swarm spots, you know, you can just take every other one, and it usually works out really well. You know, but if you find somebody who's not into that, they still haven't learned to share their toys. Try practicing that on the holodeck or something. Oh, need anything? Mobile hits or whatnot? Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, kind of looking at what to do. I think we're doing a lot of help button. It's a help button day, so that of course changes things. We got cosmic cleanup, you know, so, and kind of swarm bits related to events. So there's not a ton. I mean, we're gonna grind higher end hostiles and some swarms. We're getting our Icarus stuff is coming along, so pretty cool. We don't need to mine. If I could do some, if I had the stuff to run rare or epic armadas, I'd get out there and try to do some of that. I don't have any rares anymore. I did them on the last armada event. I might actually have some epics, or at least an epic, but I'm not sure. So I'll see. Definitely want to make sure I've got people who will come and support that before I waste whatever epics I've sandbagged over time. Just gonna hop behind the scenes and see if I can adjust that chat real quick so that it shows all the chat better. Just off. There we go. That's better. Save that. Boom. Okay, now chat should show up a little more appropriately on the screen. Okay. Cut off. We'll have to set that up because I knew we'd have that room right above for the chat, based on the way that Star Trek displays on this screen. But happy to be able to hang out with you there, Patty, and kind of working on Star Trek. Had some weird last few weekends of my streaming. A lot of times my morning stream on Saturday is heavily Star Trek Fleet Command, usually sprinkled in with some Harry Potter Wizards Unite. That had been my kind of pattern, and we may get back to that today as well. But I was also playing the New World MMO, which was in closed beta, which the beta's over. So, and that was kind of I was loving that game. And of course, we're playing Marvel Future Revolution as well. So 2 new games I was trying to squeeze into the schedule and trying to play quite a bit. So we've got some videos on that stuff, you know, in our video collection and all that. So kind of adjusted the schedule as a result. But happy to get back at some of this stuff. We've definitely got the new next generation arc, the exocomp stuff. You know, got my exocomp video. It looked like a lot of people were starting to like that one. Just trying to help explain how that sucker works, because it's a little more finicky than I would like it to be, to tell you the truth. I don't know what you guys are thinking about it. You know, things don't apply to things that are already in place, like building or mining or anything. You have to kind of like start fresh or reset. Kind of a pain. The things already cost a good bit. So, oh, and typically when we get a Unity event, I'll go to that in a minute. But we still have this running. Yeah, it's a good time to build an envoy. Yeah, New World is rocking to me. I was really liking it. I got another video that I'm prepping from some of the footage, because it was kind of a beginner, not a full guide like from soup to nuts, but more of a beginner kind of tips and tricks related to things that you might want to be doing in the game or kind of be aware of. So I'll be probably putting that together over the weekend. We got a little time. This New World's not gonna, it got delayed. Its release will be, I think, September 28th. So we'll see if people with pre-orders are going to get into it even a few days earlier or not. I don't know. I checked when the 28th is. But if you like a full-blown MMO, I'm rather excited for that one. 28th is a Tuesday. Okay. So a lot of times with that kind of, although they haven't said anything, but a lot of times with that kind of, with a Tuesday release, they'll give pre-order people or people with pre-order deluxes or something access to it like Friday night, maybe Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific onward, and the game launches to the rest of the world on Tuesday morning, that kind of thing. That would be sweet. I would enjoy that. I certainly will be streaming and making some video content about that, both Twitch streams, YouTube, and doing some. You see yourself going broke on that game. Well, thankfully, it's not a mobile game, so it's harder to spend. I mean, yeah, you can definitely spend on all the costumes and things like that. So we'll see, and those can be enticing, but honestly, you tend to spend less than you do in like in a Star Trek or a Marvel Strike Force type of game. Even if you set yourself a budget, you can usually get a lot. Like for, I don't know, like I said, if you did $50 a month in costumes stuff, that you could, it probably will go somewhat far for housing knickknacks and costumes and things like that, cosmetics. But we'll see. It all depends on what they've got in there. They gave us some fake money to use during the beta. Did you get into the closed beta, Patty, and play it, or just watch it? The swarm. I've been talking to Mrs. Rooster about it, because she and I have traditionally been playing MMOs together. She doesn't get into, she just played Harry Potter, which is, she hasn't typically played Star Trek or Marvel Strike Force or any of those kinds of mobile games. Usually kind of busy. She did do the War One Viking a few years ago, at least for a bit. So she's not immune to it. But and we did Clash of Clans. Oh, you just watched me. Yeah, no problem. Now that game rocks. But yeah, anyway, we were talking. We're gonna have to get her. Her computer's needed to be replaced with an upgraded gaming computer. But while she wasn't playing any particular games, we were kind of just sitting back and waiting. But yeah, that game rocks. And again, that full-blown open world experience where you can do what you want. And do it how you want. I was enjoying testing out builds and working on just exploring and harvesting and crafting. Okay, the ship is done. I think this indicates that I'm not in this, which I'm not super surprised. All right, but while we're doing this, let's go back base. And yeah, I'm upgrading my shipyard. Is it going to let me build? Can I build? Well, question. I don't build a lot of ships. Long delay from when you type a message to show up your screen. No problem. I'm sure you are. Nothing wrong with that. It's just there's some different delays from when I talk from what you hear and how it comes up. I've got about 3 different versions of the chat kind of showing up too. I'm still kind of working out the kinks on it. But worry not. Something to get used to. I usually build an envoy when we have a Unity event so people can get extra helps. And then I try, if I've built one up and there's points for building it up, you know, trying to have one ready to scrap too. So, Forum Showdown. Let's. I thought we were going to get a domination event today, or in part. So I was kind of prepped with one of my buildings. I knew I could speed up. Yeah, let's see here. Okay, Icarus SMS. Jeez, how did I get in that armada? No, the swarms are counting. We're close to finishing that, which is cool. Good. I believe we get minor bits for cosmic cleanup when we're doing this. Miner's right. 38. Yeah, not piece, but. No, but all is well. There's always a little bit of these weird delays in the stream and all that stuff. I was just happy about a month ago I was able to start getting streaming working on YouTube, because they have it working well on Twitch at this point, but it's a little different beast. I had to set up some different software for it. So. All right. As we know, I can run some greens. Oh, over here. We'll grind here. Need for daily credits, I need 39s, but 38s are actually more, and of course the 40s are going to give me more points. 38s and 39s have the same points in this for the event. And of course, go a little further grinding them, but I can get rep bonus points by doing the 39s and 40s. We are. Let the. No, I told them in one place. In case they want to hang out. Alrighty. So yes, we'll be looking quite forward to New World once I get back into work. Probably take a little time off to play some of the early stuff, assuming I have some time and can do that. But doing that, I'm also just planning to do some more of this streaming with YouTube and getting some of that out here once or twice a week. You know, usually streaming on Twitch every day. but doing some stuff. Like yesterday we did there's a Marvel Strike Force, had a special video, and I've got a live stream of it. So kind of watching it, doing the live reaction, and then reviewing the blog came out with the upcoming things. I usually do that as a video, a buzz video for the news, but instead we kind of did it as a live stream. So kind of playing around with some of the stuff. You guys let me know in the comments and stuff, especially if you're checking this out after the fact. About different types of things that you're looking for. Well, there are plenty. We'll hit these 39s. Get these extra points. It is overcast out there. We have some smoke and fire affecting the air quality. It was like an orange sky yesterday, kind of like a little reminiscent of Fallout. If you play that. Another game I don't think I've managed to stream that yet. Played around with some of the settings getting ready. We got a lot of good games out there right now to work on. Star Trek Fleet Command being one of them. Let's say in the Armada we can at least visit and see if anybody wants us. Cosmic Cleanup. I think I saw in the read-up that the Cosmic Cleanup is going to be running every Saturday, and maybe it's already running every Saturday, but kind of useful. What I missed with New World character selection, can you talk about how many options you had for initial? Oh, okay. Yeah, and I've got that on one of my, I think my initial video or something. You should see some of it, but the character selection there on New World is kind of is a little different. I mean, there's a lot of character design. You choose, male or female. They didn't have any body type changes. A lot of times you can make yourself taller, shorter, fatter, wider, stouter, more muscular. You can make the women, have more assets. You can, make the men look grotesque or, Conan-esque. Different things like that, typically, but they just had male or female on that. But then you can you choose a bunch of different facial looks. You choose the hairstyles. You choose the hair color, the eye color. You can put some tattoos and different stuff on them, and all that. So from the initial look of the person, so you kind of go through, and once you've figured out what you want them to look like, and you name them. Ooh, 40. But unlike a lot of those kinds of role-playing games and all that, you're not picking a class. You're just picking a person, which is much more like Skyrim. If you played that, because there's some similarities in the skill system, and then any other MMO where it's not class-based. Which again, there's only so many of those that come out. So it's like you're a person. And you're not committing to any class. You're gonna get out there, and they're gonna give you a sword and a shield in the very beginning when you're on the beach. So as you start swinging that sword and that shield, you're gonna start leveling up the sword and shield. So if you continue with that, you're gonna level it way up, and it starts to unlock abilities that you can then unlock, and you choose the different passive and active abilities. But there's a whole bunch of weapons, and then also you choose what armor you're wearing, and it has different perks and negatives depending on how heavy you are and how much you want to dodge and how you want to dodge. Everybody can dodge. It's just kind of how far they can move in a dodge, how much clearance they can get. So it's a lot about equipping weapons. Yeah, the revolutionary. Yeah. No, I know, and I they've got the kind of a conquistador 1500s fantasy realm, type of thing. So we've got the muskets, and the bows, but also then the magic stuff. And then so they have that, conquistador heavier armor, and then you get those armor drops. I like the, that I had like a Revolutionary War coat that ended up being my main armor for a while because it just kept being the best armor. But I did like the look, and with I played 2 different characters mainly while I was doing that, though. First one was kind of going with a musket too, so that fit the look. Later on, I got some kind of hobo barnacle pirate overcoat, and some kind of janky taped together headpiece, but both of them were like a lot better stat wise, so I put them on. But I hated the look compared to the other. Now I'll be able to spend money on the skins and things. Unfortunately, you can't choose to save the skin of an armor that you've already found and apply it visually. Some places let you do that, and now you can either use what it looks like, or you can superimpose one of the skin pieces from what you bought. So hopefully they'll have some cool ones that'll be standards that we'll want. But I'll pay for some cosmetic stuff, and I noticed it, unlocked for I think all my characters, so that was good under the same account. So it didn't matter about the servers. Good. Yeah, I was liking that look. Had the tricorn sailor hats, things like that. There's another game that's I have it on single player action RPG called Greedfall that was kind of set in a similar kind of concept where you played and you had some magic. You had magic and guns and swords and stuff, and we're kind of going into a mystical new world section. So I didn't get too far in that game, but it was pretty fun. Same kind of clothing design aesthetic, but I tend to really like the way they do it in like MMOs. Lots of people, and there's a lot of stuff going on and things like that. Just like in Star Trek here, where you've got. It's one thing when you can attack all the armadas because you're the only person who do it. It's another thing when you have to compete with other people, or have you and your group gilded alliance folks work on catching things. So I really enjoy that game, so I plan to be streaming it plenty. Actually, although I think they were pretty liberal with it, Amazon Games, welcomed me to the content creator, kind of official content creator stats and stuff, gave me keys and things like that. So we'll see what kinds of things I may get with the real launch. Don't know how much or how little, but they gave me some assets for putting things on in videos and all that. Buy a skin with current upgrades. Yeah, no, it's a good one. I should probably. I'll see. When there's availability for feedback, that is something I'd look into. Yeah, I do like that ability, because then if you get lucky and find something in the world, you can just use it. Makes it more worthwhile, like buying it from someone else, because you're like, I just want to buy it because I really like the look, and I know I can set that unlocks a costume for me or something. And we've got a whole bunch of costume elements, in like Marvel Future Revolution, the game I'm doing streaming and videos for. They have a really nice costume system where basically, as you create things, anytime you've found or developed one, it unlocks that piece, and then you can use that and customize those gloves with any other thing that you've done. Oh, I like those. Oh, pretty nice. Hey, another 40 I might be able to get. Here. Klingon and Romulan 10s. But yeah, that was probably feedback I should have given them. really played till I was like tired or had to go, and then I'd forget to leave a lot of feedback. Here. Let's see. I need to find another epic just so I can see what kind of credits I've got. We're out of blue. Giving the hostiles a chance to show up. I also want to give people plenty of chances to do all the helps. I want the helps. Okay, they've given me. Start speeding that. Or this ship destroyed, we can have the Franklin flying out again. This is my latest MFR streams. That's any other characters beyond Doctor Strange. Well, I have been, you know, he's still kind of seemingly my main. But I have done everyone. I've got everyone created except Storm, and the reason I put her back because she's, you know, she's so similar to Doctor Strange in play. I was kind of waiting. I could still unlock her if I want to, because I have a slot, or I can get a slot. I started Spider-Man. I had a little video of his start, things like that. So he's the last one, and they just made some changes to like some of the people's abilities and all that, and I think it boosted Captain America. So I've been doing, while New World was on, I was doing a lot of New World, but while I've been doing some kind of grinding for kind of crafting, so I had people kind of building up on the slow, grinding a lot of hostiles. I was using Captain America more, bit of Iron Man, things like that. I'll be doing some Future Rev stream on Twitch later today. Possibly not, you know, not too much later. You know, after a brief break from my YouTube stream. So and then I plan to do some more so we can kind of see what types of storylines I start unlocking. You know, the different characters play a little bit differently, and of course you can set up, you choose which of their skills you're using. But I've tended to focus them on like what helps them fight bigger bosses, and then that works okay for when they're grinding and all that. So we'll be playing some of that today, because we did a little bit of MFR last night. We did Marvel Strike Force and Future Rev, but you know, Future Rev after I'd done a lot of Strike Force stuff. So today we'll do some dedicated Future Revolution streaming. So, looking forward to that, because I still like that game, and I think it rocks. I think they're making it a little harder for those who are doing the super quick grinds and stuff, which is usually not what, you know, I don't tend to do that. I tend to try to take time and all that, so I'm a little less annoyed, but still enjoying them and trying to figure out how to boost up my my armor or / costumes so that they're in a better spot, because there's a randomness factor related to what you get when you get it. See what we've okay, we got the 2539s. So now, for cosmic cleanup purposes, it makes sense to only hit 40s and 38s. And people tend not to fight me for 38s, because that's the schlock. But point-wise, we get the same points from 38s that we do from 39s, but they'll take less of our hull, so we'll kill more of them. Oop. But 40s are worth it. I think you get like 80% more, maybe. 3770 instead of like 23. So that's like 1500, but it's a significant amount more than what you get from the 38s in there. No, thank you. And eventually unlock our sarcophagus. Come on back to the spot. We got the Franklin moving over there. Just halfway through, we could spend some, if we have materials. We don't rarely have some gearing up that we suddenly. I think, and we're pushing here on, you know, on YouTube, we're pushing a little bit. We're trying to get more subscribers and viewership so that we can, you know, get kind of fully unlocked and monetized and all that. It takes long, so we're working on that. Watching the videos helps. Subscribing helps. All that, those are the big ones. But so that it unlocks, you know, different features and support. So, but doing those things supports me a lot here. Thank you. A little different where, like on Twitch, where we can subscribe, other types of tips. I think they, Patty, if you see, you know, when you go into chat, does it give you an option to do a super chat of some sort? I think it doesn't until I get to the monetization stage. Just some kind of money thing, kind of like tipping bits like in Twitch, but I'm not sure. Let me see. I don't have an account set up that can test it. Filling these 38s. Let's. No, sir, no such options for anything. Yeah, alright, that's what I suspect is the situation. Said I think some of those options that, you know, they've come available after I reach partner, affiliate, whatever they're calling it, where they kind of turn on ads and things, and ad revenue. Hunter, how you doing? Welcome back. Great to see you again as well. Doing some Star Trek Fleet Command morning with our coffee. How is your Saturday shaping up? Working on swarms and cosmic cleanup, and great to see you again. Okay, ship is finally destroyed, so let's. Good work, Burrell. Good work. Well, let's look. one thing we can do. Crystal. Could spend some stuff on my horizon in order to advance some of this. But if I look at that again, what is it? Oh, my precious uncommon gas. Blue's not so bad. And uncommon crystal. What is that one again? And we can tear it up with this. We can do that. However, an option might be, if we're going to spend that kind of stuff, is to also look at the berries. And be slightly more that uses less crystal, but gas, common gas, which and common crystal. None of that's gonna help me in. See. Yeah. Killing swarms and have a cup of coffee. You bet. You bet. That's the goal today and tomorrow. Almost. I mean, well, tomorrow's Swarm Sunday, so you bet we'll be doing that again. Back with our swarmer here. Trying to see. I assume I did not get in the epic. I think I'm big enough for them to include me. Some of these epics will. And I can't run. No, I have nothing to run. I can run plenty of these, but there's no point right now. So. Kill some swarm. Oh, thank you, Patty. I see the love in Discord. Much appreciated. There you go. Going to have to give in build to Franklin. Oh yeah, you definitely want to build to Franklin. In fact, you want to build to Franklin as early as you can, or start catching up. And then you want to work on grinding swarms and building up that Franklin. I let myself get behind on the Franklin, and it's not, once I finally caught up, work on the research for the Franklin, work on grinding those swarms, and doing that. Do it every day if you can, because it really starts to pay off, and then it makes it a lot easier to get your dailies done, because you get so many points from doing the high end kill on your Franklin. Gives you that 50 points towards your dailies, which is huge. Makes it easy, especially like when you're doing later on, if you're not triple faction locked and you're having to avoid turning in other factions while you're trying to lock things. You go through a period, you have to work at doing everything else you can to get your dailies completed, so because you don't have the benefit of your faction quests. That's what I call them, the quests. Once you get triple locked, then it's a whole nother story. But let's come over here. Well, actually, we're doing okay here, so we'll just stay here. yeah, I kind of like thought my Franklin felt weak after a while, but the truth is, it's more about building it up and keeping it up to speed. Yeah, agreed. Hagen, Patty. Yes, Patty's always very helpful with those as well. It really helps. I have a newfound appreciation for it. I haven't maxed all my research, but I've been working on it a lot over the last 6 or so months, and it's really improved for me. Okay, let me just get here after this event. Yeah, and you will be able to get there if you build it up and if you grind whatever you can. You know, later on, like when I was doing 30s and 32s as part of my Swarm Sunday events and dailies, I was using my Saladin, and that's very pricey and takes a long time. It's not as effective. I was using the Mayflower than the Saladin to do those. They can help in the interim while you're trying to stretch, but once you can get the Franklin going, you're in so much of a better spot. So they have, the Franklin is so much cheaper to, it can kill a bunch, and it gets really strong when you properly crew it and properly outfit it, but also it's really cheap to repair compared to like Saladin. It's ridiculously better. So, Cosmic Cleanup. Hitting that. So now I grind extra. Even like when I get my 50 in a day and I'm out there, if my ship still has hull left, I grind it to get more and more of those frequency modulators. I think a long time ago I bought a pack of frequency modulators when I was more whaley earlier in the game. And they do help advance you, but you don't have to, even though it looks like you need 1 million or a few 100,000 modulators. You will get them if you do your daily grinding. They will show up over time. I've been making regular progress with this guy. In fact, but also, well, I don't know what level you are, Hunter, but make sure you're working on your Vidar as soon as you can for that. Yeah, Hagen, Patty, I've got a second one, but I don't have those warp interlock Doomahickeys. I think I got one stage, so they may be in the store now. I'll have to look and see, because I'd like to. I think it makes sense to have like eventually have a Franklin A and like a max tier Franklin. But you need a max tier Franklin to get turned into the Franklin A, so you're gonna have to do that twice. That's a lot of grinding of modulators, but it's a good. It reminds me to look at my Franklin. Okay, we got our 50s, so. Okay, while we're waiting on spawn. Okay, so we've completed Icarus stuff. Okay. Cosmic Cleanup still has plenty. Unity. Oh, let's grind this one. And level 24. Yeah, I think at level 26 you get access to the Vidar. Then, so again, then, specialty ship. Like the Franklin, works on the Borg probes. They really should have, and I hope they eventually get with the program, they should have a daily related to farming Borg probes. Yeah, you don't have to worry about the Franklin A option until you're like level 35 at the earliest, I think. Patty, you'll know I'm level 34. I can't do it yet. And you got to max out your Franklin, so you're going to want to work on your Franklin no matter what. It's more of a new in-game Swarm and Swarm Armada, the higher end, which is cool. I'm glad they did that. Oh, it are. Oh, yeah, I'll check. Well, I'll check that. Let me see. What is my? I got the Vidar upgraded yesterday. What is our cargo capacity? I can hold 220 on the big Vidar. Big-ish Vidar, not. We just got it to tier 8, no stuff. But yeah, Hunter. Also, you're gonna wanna work on that Vidar because unlike the Franklin and the Discovery and all that, which are those are one-trick ponies, for grinding certain things that build into the events. But the Vidar, which you will need for some events that come around throughout the month and all that, is an actually pretty good fighting interceptor, and it's kind of cheap, relatively cheap, and through grinding you can build it up compared to some of the others. So it's a good one. You can use it in battles. I use it as like a tertiary or whatever, tertiary, whatever the fourth is, kind of ship to get out there when we're doing like territory defense stuff and all that, because again, it's also very cheap to repair, very cheap and quick to repair compared to the other things. But does some nice stuff, so it ends up being a bit more all-purpose. A lot of people use it to hunt OPL miners because it also has a large cargo capacity, and so they'll go destroy miners, fill up their load, and get those. Wonderful. I'll set this ship out there. Yeah, let me set it out there now. I appreciate the help. Always appreciate it, Daddy Hagen. So, yeah, we're getting there. I'll look at the store because I want to look at the store for purposes of. Yeah, I don't see any more. I'll bring this back so I can look at the store on my other Franklin. Romulan Kung. Yeah. Yeah, you'll definitely enjoy the Vidar will help you in many ways. Oh, and you should be building on it. I like to go build with it, and it pays off, and the stuff that you can get out of the store later especially helps you with faction stuff and credits and things like that, so it's kind of I don't know if that was an intended consequence, but it helps. When we don't have events for grinding, we always have events during Battle Pass to grind Borg probes. Usually Borg probes and swarms, so try to do some of those because you want to be farming that. And now we can get those inactive nanites as part of our away team missions, which is nice. But yeah, I want to look at this while we haven't finished Cosmic Cleanup, which okay, we have time to do. But let's see here. We'll let this ship get back and we'll look at it. Actually, we'll use this ship. I'll set it back out in a minute. I want to look at my baby Franklin. Because if I have the ability to buy 28,000. We have enough to tear this up if we get Franklin Warp Relay. Is it available in the store when the Cosmic? Question. No. Blueprints. Franklin and Vidar. Okay. Not in there. It may show up in some. Yeah, airlines use it. Yeah, it's got a lot of use. Like. So I'm just trying to. Materials, but tearing up. Right. How close? 28,000. A lot of times what I'll do is finish this with after the reset again, when I can go kill some more 39s and 40s in the wolf section. Hey! Hey, Jason Vanis and Dave Aaron subscribing. Thank you. Thank you guys, they're all coming through. Look at this. Look at 80 Legionary Bluetooth. Oh, Meridian unlocked. Ready to go. Very good. That thing is interesting. Thank you guys for the subscribes. Welcome if you're joining us now, Dave and Jason. Much appreciated. Those things really help out the channel a ton as we try to build the channel on YouTube. Got to get that YouTube algorithm is like the biggest thing we're fighting in the base system. So really does help. We have to get a bunch of subscribers and occasionally people to watch the videos. Oh, thank you. See here. There we go. We're just looking at some. There we go. So we appreciate all the subscribes there. Yeah, it gets it's some of the bells and whistles I do have here is for subscribing and donating and things like that. I have more bells and whistles when we're on the Twitch stream that can kind of pop off and sound alerts and all that. So I have to work on developing some of that stuff so that it works outside of Twitch as well. Have fun making those sound effects. So let's see here. I was looking at we got, yeah, that's what I wanted to look at, is where our helps are. If everyone's been able to hit help for me on my ship. Yes, they have. I don't want to take that from them. Speed it up. And let's get that ready. And now that's the biggest problem with the big ship. We're grinding away on some of that. We'll go ahead and send the ship back. A nice little piece. Bit of a shortcut if you're trying to get back places, is go to where you fought the hostiles, fill in there, and use that location piece so that you can get that sorted. The Armada. Try to join it. Now that I've moved my ships around. Big stuff, but yeah, this will. I think it's saying that it's available to join a little before it can. Yeah. Until your statements about those pieces reminded me while the ship's going. I wanted to look at my faction stuff because I'm forgetting. I did go, as much as I don't like doing it, I went and farmed some data so that I can use it because we want to. I'm so close to getting my Stella. Stella gets tiered up, I think, or I get it. I think I can tier it once I get a few more of this rare uranium. Takes forever, but need those directives. I need to be pulling that every day. for when it comes. I think tomorrow we're getting exchange-related stuff as part of the event. I think that's what I read. Some of those augment credits, we know we'll need them at some point. When they're doing the officer events, it's good to pull those. Messaging. There's so much you need to mine. I need to be mining my ISO ones. We used to have, we don't have an level 1 ISOs in our territory currently. Short on that. But I'll tell you that Meridian is really fast, but boy, it draws people who are looking to OPL hunt really quickly. Kind of have to sit there and stare at it the whole time. But I want to go into my factions because I'm really poor on Klingon credits, which I should, as a result, go in the refinery into Borg Tech and go ahead and buy Klingon credits. No, I don't even have enough, so okay, we're not. So clearly I need to refine and refine and refine. I'll need on my Vidar at some point, but looking at our factions, let's see. So my Klingons, I don't have enough. I'm waiting to upgrade some decent officers by getting those credits. Federation, I got a good bit of credits. I can, at some point, need to start buying my Enterprise blueprints. I don't have the gas for that. I chose to work on the Burrell, which is still a mighty fine ship, and I want to max it out and then work on the Enterprise. So I'm accepting the delay in the Enterprise. But I do have a whole bunch of credits here on the Romulan side, and it's time. My shipyard is being built. It's time to start pulling away at this auger. So let's bring in. It's gonna take a while, but let's blow a good bit of it on some auger shards. Save ourselves so we have about 15,000. Yeah, we'll take it there. Okay. Let's see. Still a long ways from it, but getting closer. So I plan to have the D4, but I'm going to really have to start grinding with the Vidar to get those regular credits to get that, because I also have to use it for some of my officers. I want to save a little reserve here. Even Devore, yeah, the Devore you got to babysit, or once you get enough of the protected cargo officers, then you can get it. I've got a setup where I can actually have more protected cargo than I have cargo space on my main Devore. But I found that's a little bit of overkill, so I'll try to pull it back and share the love, because I have 2 Devores now, just from doing enough 30-day chests over time. Use Vimet as... Oh, that's right, because he comes back, right? He revives your crew. Oh, for the end. Oh, that's a good point. That is a great point, yeah. I'm usually been, I loaded it up with... I tried to load it up with... Did I do protected cargo? No. Because even if you add your protected cargo bosses on there, it doesn't get you very high, and it's fast. I put all the ISO miners on it, so... what is it? Mariam, Mackinnon, and the little Treble Borg, in whichever order. I think Arium has to be the captain, that kind of thing, so that they would be just like hopped up on speed, so that I can watch it for like 5 or 20 minutes, and then it's good. But it's a good idea. Yeah, Vimmin is captain, and maybe Mackinnon and the Borg Tribble. Probably be good for going really fast. And then yeah, if you get that revive, and they can get out of there, that would be good. Because a lot of times I'm sitting there and staring, and then I'm like, oh, press recall. If I already see them coming, but it's whether or not they can get me before it goes. Only level 12, yeah. Yeah, for the Devore, your protected cargo folks are really good. In particular, T'Pring is available very early. Joaquin, from the augment side, he's good as your captain, pairing him with T'Pring, and then DuPont, now one of the newer ones, is good, but also if it, is it 1 of 10, 6 of 10? No, not 6 of 10. The original Borg officer, again, who has protected cargo. So we're starting to get a few more protected cargo, characters. So those can be useful. But Joaquin, you'll get pretty early, in addition to T'Pring, and those two can make a lot. And as you build them up, they really make a big difference. Same thing. And now when I load them up to go, if I use 2 or 3 of them to go get gas or crystal or whatever, I've got like 50 plus protected cargo, so I can, it makes it a lot easier to get out there and do things in one run. Alright, our ship is here, and it looks like, so we don't need 39s. Let's grind 38s and 40s, because we're very close to getting to finishing Cosmic Cleanup here. I think we need about 10 or less hits. So, might as well do that. Part of the stream. Can always come back here in the night for the 3940 run. Let's see, we're at 26.6, so this guy's gonna give us like 3,700. Yeah, work those, get your botany bay maxed out. You want to do that. There's a lot of different faction or special use ships and things. You generally want to work on them all. So if you find yourself neglecting one, I fail to go mine data because I find it really boring to sit there in Yarda and move around. But if I just go there and do it for like 30 minutes or something, that can help me out during much of a week. I try to make myself do that. And often you can be left alone if you're not doing it on a day when there's events, trying to get other people doing it. So it's something like have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. We're working on these guys. I'm going to get my link for you here. This is my link. This is my Twitch link. After I break, I'm going to be breaking in a little bit. And after that, eat a little and make some tea and get ready. And then I'm going to be doing some Marvel Future Revolution, and I'll be doing that on Twitch, where I have more of the bells and whistles. So follow that. Give me a follow so you can get some notifications, and hoping folks will come check out some of the Marvel gaming that we're going to do. on Twitch today. So usually we end up doing some Marvel Strike Force and Marvel Future Revolution stuff. So we'll focus on Marvel Future Rev when I come back soon in my break, after my break. And then, you know, later on, if I need to mix it up with Marvel Strike Force, I will. But we can also do some of our fun mini games that we have going on there. Like we have a Pokemon community game where Pokemon randomly spawn. And then we have Dream Raiders where we do some little war battles and stuff. So it's easier to do those things on Twitch. So I hope you guys will come check us out. Yeah, go hard at that data. Yeah, it's best to like just knock it out periodically. See here. It's looking pretty good. All right, what did we get it? Cosmic Cleanup, thank you. Has been cleaned. Things got a little slow there, a little laggy. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna work. Unity event's gonna be going for a while, so we're getting our sarcophagi, so we can eventually have that to help. Then we can come back. Oh, let's go. There. Oh, let's open some of these. Now we got 50. Give us lots. You didn't give us any. Darn it. Hoping we'd be able to run some Armada. But no. No, we got that going. No Armada to look at. So again. Yeah, so I am gonna here's a link again to Twitch, the Twitch stream. So we're gonna be I'm gonna be pausing over here, and then follow the links in Twitch for the video, and then come check us out. We'll do some Marvel Future Revolution, which is a real cool and fun game out there. So I'll be doing that. I'm just gonna take a little bit of time, 30-45 minutes, and be back on. If you follow me on Twitch, then you'll also get a notification there, or if you've been in the Discord server, so I'll get an invite to the Discord server for you. And then you can get alerts for wherever I am. So come on down to the Discord server, get news. We got news on Star Trek Fleet Command in there as well, and helpful people in there for any of the games that you want to play with us. So join those. So we'll be checking out. We'll play some tunes and have some fun over there on Twitch too. So y'all come hang with us there, and I appreciate it. And I'll be checking you later. So thanks again for being here and for the subscribes. So